The simple answer is usually the right one. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. The real issue is you're probably dealing with something that's heavy on your mind. If you're a business owner, if you're an executive, you got something that's just gnawing on you and you're not sure what to do. But really, you know the answer. The problem is when something's bothering you, it's normally because you have too many different options. But there's one option there that's the simplest answer. Not the easiest answer. Simple does not mean easy. Most of the time it doesn't. But there's one simple answer that you know is probably the best bet. At least the first start. It's where you should start the process. That's where you should go. The reason why I bring this up is this is a very common theme over and over again with the business owners and executives that I speak with. It all comes down to when they're with their biggest obstacle that's standing in their way between where they are to where they want to be. There's one big obstacle that's the first big obstacle that's in their way. And the one thing keeping them from overcoming that obstacle is just the ability to simplify the scenario and cut away all the fat and just leave the meat and just say, here's what the real issue is. What's the biggest way around that one issue? Regardless of all this other stuff that's all over the place that you get confused in there, what's the one issue that's getting in the way? So for example, I was working with a political candidate tonight and talking about issues that was facing him, and he had a couple questions, and he knew the answer to every question that I brought up. He really did. He knew the answer. But the problem is it's so easy to get distracted by all the extra stuff all around that he couldn't quite believe the answer that he already knew. This is where it comes in handy to have someone, if you can do this on your own, if you can just sit back and be able to clear your mind and just look at it for what it is and ignore all the distraction. But it's so difficult to do on your own that you oftentimes need to bring someone else in. This is most often the role that I come with is just being able to clarify things and help you to see what you already know is true and help to back up your confidence. That's where I come in handy. If you're able to do that on your own, don't pay anyone or don't bring anyone else in. Do it on your own. Do it, move forward, be confident in what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you're going to always do the right thing, but you'll at least be able to take things one thing at a time, one obstacle at a time, one solution, possible solution at a time. You try one solution, it doesn't work, fine. You set that one aside, you go to the next simplest solution. The simple answer is usually the right one. Hopefully that makes sense to you. A way to really look at this on a broad sense and to be able to plan out simple solutions, I map out in my book 9 Ways to Amazon-Proof Your Business. You can get a free copy by going to amazonproofbook.com. One thing we talk about here every night, a lot of principles. I talk about principles, I talk about strategies, and I talk about tactics that you can use directly in your business. So come back here tomorrow. We're back here every night. I'd love to see you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below, or go back, watch previous episodes over at brianjpombo.com. We have almost 500. I can't believe it. We're very close to 500 full-on episodes that we bring you on nearly a daily basis. You have a great night, and in the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.